For weeks, Days of Our Lives has kept viewers on edge, teasing a dramatic mystery surrounding the sabotage of the Body and Soul reboot. It wasn't just one incident, it was a series of escalating disasters. Poisoned muffins sent shivers through the set, stolen scripts left the cast scrambling, and Bonnie's unexpected accident raised alarms. To top it off, crucial promotional materials, including a slew of glossy 8x10 headshots, mysteriously vanished. Each new event added another layer of intrigue, pushing fans to speculate about who could be behind such a calculated campaign of destruction. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, the answer was dropped in front of us. Just like that, the mystery was solved, and the storyline was wrapped up in a way that left fans scratching their heads. Wait, what just happened? The first false lead came with Kerry, a character who was barely on the audience's radar. It was revealed that he had not only spent the night with Leo but had also stolen the Body and Soul storyline. This revelation unfolded over multiple episodes, involving Leo, Javi, and even Marlena. The show invested significant time in weaving Kerry into the mystery, making it seem as though he might be the villain behind the entire ordeal. But in the end, Kerry was nothing more than a decoy. And why did Kerry's reveal even matter? The show made a big deal about him betraying Leo and Javi, trying to reframe it as an emotional moment. Yet, for all the effort spent on their tragic backstory, it felt meaningless, especially when the real saboteur turned out to be someone else entirely. The stolen script was just a distraction from the bigger picture. If Kerry wasn't responsible for the poisoned muffins or the dangerous set accidents, who was? The truth came crashing down in a single moment on Wednesday, February 5th, when Abe came face to face with the actual culprit. And just like that, the mystery unraveled at lightning speed. Enter Nurse Whitley. Again. Yes, the same Nurse Whitley who had terrorized Salem before, and who had already escaped from a mental hospital. Apparently, she had returned with one goal in mind: to take revenge on Body and Soul for straying too far from the show she once loved. For her, it was personal. She couldn't stand the creative changes Abe and Kate had implemented. And when she discovered that Kayla, a non-actress, was set to join the cast, she decided she had had enough. So, she acted. She escaped from the institution, took matters into her own hands, and waged a one-woman war against the production. She poisoned the scripts, orchestrated the accidents, and ensured that chaos reigned behind the scenes. In her mind, she was protecting the legacy of Body and Soul. And, in the end, she didn't even bother denying it. She confessed everything to Abe in a single, rushed monologue. And then, before the shock could settle in, Paulina knocked her unconscious. Just like that, Whitley was caught. Case closed. Mystery solved. The problem? It was all too quick. Too convenient. After weeks of careful build-up, cryptic clues, and ever-mounting suspense, the resolution felt like an afterthought. Fans barely had time to process the reveal before it was all over. There was no drawn-out confrontation, no satisfying sense of justice, just a quick confession and a sudden takedown. Whitley's motivations, though interesting, weren't explored in depth. The entire storyline, which had been crafted to keep audiences invested, fizzled out in the span of minutes. Where was the drama? Where was the tension? Where was the payoff for the weeks of suspense? Viewers were left disappointed, not because the mystery had been solved, but because it had been solved too easily. The build-up had been expertly handled, red herrings, shocking twists, and all, but the climax fell flat. There was no intricate scheme to unravel, no unexpected mastermind pulling the strings. Just Nurse Whitley, making one last desperate attempt to control a show she had once cherished. For a story that had so much potential, the conclusion felt like a letdown. There were so many other directions it could have taken. The true culprit could have been someone shocking, someone deeply embedded in the Body and Soul reboot. Maybe it was someone with a hidden agenda, a vengeful ex-employee, or even an ambitious newcomer looking to destroy the show from within. Instead, we got a rushed confession, an anticlimactic takedown, and a mystery that ultimately left viewers unsatisfied. So what happens now? Will Days of Our Lives revisit this plot and give it the weight it deserves? Will there be a twist that reveals an even bigger mastermind pulling Whitley's strings? Or was this truly the end? One can only hope there's more to the story, because after all that build-up, this ending just didn't do it justice. Meanwhile, as the mysterious attacks on the cast and crew of Body and Soul continue, suspicions swirl around one name, Kerry Humans. While Kerry has admitted to some digital meddling, he adamantly denies involvement in the more sinister acts plaguing Salem. However, the real danger may have been lurking all along, Nurse Whitley King. With Whitley now captured by Paulina and Abe at the hospital, where she was caught red-handed trying to eliminate Abe once and for all, it seems that Kerry might soon be vindicated. However, there's one terrifying possibility that looms large: what if Whitley escapes? Kerry's redemption arc, can he stop the real killer? But the question remains, if Kerry does discover that Whitley is behind these attacks, will he simply expose her, or will he take matters into his own hands? Given what's at stake, he may be tempted to act outside the law, especially if he sees a chance to stop her once and for all. Just when Salem thought the nightmare was over, the unimaginable happens. Whitley King manages to escape custody. Paulina and Abe's attempts to keep her contained prove futile, and now Whitley is back on the loose, more dangerous than ever. Her thirst for revenge is far from quenched, and her first target is clear: Abe Carver. Determined to finish what she started, Whitley wastes no time making her move. The once respected nurse, now fully unhinged, sets her sights on Abe, planning a brutal and calculated attack that will leave Salem in shock. With no one knowing where she is or what she's planning, the stakes couldn't be higher. Abe in grave danger. Abe had previously hinted that he knew exactly who was responsible for the string of attacks, but before he could officially name names, Whitley was taken into custody. Now, with her newfound freedom, she is set on silencing him before he can expose her deadly schemes. In a chilling turn of events, Whitley corners Abe when he is alone, ready to strike. With no one around to stop her, it seems like Salem is about to lose one of its most beloved figures. But just when all hope appears lost, an unexpected hero emerges. Kerry's redemption. Saving Abe just in time. Though Kerry's hacking tactics against Leo were petty and misguided, he now has a chance to redeem himself. As Whitley closes in on Abe, Kerry steps in at the last moment, putting himself in harm's way to save the veteran detective. Using his quick thinking and technological skills, Kerry manages to subdue Whitley, preventing what could have been a tragic end for Abe. Kerry's actions not only save Abe's life but also ensure that Whitley is finally stopped for good. This moment of heroism may be exactly what Kerry needs to prove his innocence and change how the town views him. A hero emerges? With Whitley's reign of terror finally brought to an end, Kerry finds himself in an unexpected new light. His redemption arc could shift his standing in Salem, and potentially create complications in Javi's love life. It's hard to stay angry at someone who just saved a town hero from certain death. With Salem breathing a sigh of relief, one question remains: what's next for Kerry Humans? Will he continue down this path of redemption, or will new challenges arise that test his loyalty and courage once more? Stay tuned, because in Salem, the drama never sleeps.